Tomb of the Spider Queen, game number 1. It's the second Playday of the Masters Clash, and we're looking at Team Soundless against Go Next. Yeah, Playday number 2, another best of 5 series, Heroes of the Storm action here. And could be an interesting one because, well, Go Next. I mean, again, they're more so at the bottom of the standing right now. If you're looking at the series, probably you would bet your money on Team Soundless. But then again, it's not like the players over on the side of Go Next are unknowns by any means. You got Wit over there, you got Starzerk, Blade, Kelvin, Skynox. Now, the blue team, they've been playing the typical Russian-Ukrainian aggro style that is absolutely brutal and just wants to fight 6 days to Sunday, where they do really well with this. It's going to be interesting to see if they can also pull it off now against Go Next. And this is one of the matches that really matters. If you're a team that wants to attack the top 4, these are the games that you need to win. So Team Soundless, if they have the ambition to eventually break into the top 4 here, they need to make some moves and they need to be in a position where they're saying, alright guys, let's take these boys down and not lose too many maps. And as I keep repeating, and I will do that throughout the entire season, every single map win really matters. People most of the time only think about the victory in a match, and at the end of the season, when you're just looking at the standings, at the ranking, it becomes very quickly apparent that you really need to also fight for every single map to make sure that you have a good map ranking, because there's so many teams that will just be on exactly the same match points, and this is the really important thing then. Okay, either way, we now got our more or less typical bans in. The one thing that hasn't been banned out is actually Uther, so you could still go for him. It's obviously all on the newest patch. As I said before, most of the top players were not really happy with the patch at all, because they said that the patch did not... Well, it introduced more problems than before, and it didn't fix the problems that previously existed, aka addressing the heroes that were dominant in the meta already. So, yeah, most of them were not happy. Not even a little bit about it. The Uther first pick doesn't come as a shock here, as I said already. It wasn't banned out, so normally gets taken right away. And off we go. The Hanzo Rexa setup at the beginning on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Now Rexa, of course, for the bot lane, or whatever side lane you want to use there. And on top of that, you have Hanzo for the potential arrow follow-up later on too. The cool thing here is also that Hanzo and Rexa both are really good at interrupting turn-ins. So you get Misha that you can send in, you get the scatter shots. Hanzo can do his best to just interrupt every single turn that comes through whenever he wants to. Oh, Vala! Early Vala pick, and there's the second support. Okay, Malfurion, Vala, Uther. That's a really early commitment to Vala. And Team Soundless is kind of funny because they have a couple of combos that they really like to play, but opponents are picking up on all of them, or most of them, very quickly, and then address them on the third ban, sometimes even on the first one. Hydra, for example, wants to play as Vikings whenever he gets an opportunity. Doesn't necessarily mean that the team agrees here, but most of the teams that they go up against these days ban the Vikings out against them because they're just saying, yeah, we're not going to deal with that shit, sorry. So in this case, they're picking Vala early so that she can't be banned out, especially since they were able to lock in Uther as a first pick. That kind of helped. She provides most of the wave clear for them right now. And there's Varian that gets banned out. You're still a little bit worried, of course, of that Rexa stun, Varian with the taunt, and then the follow-up that has dominated the meta now for weeks. And this is why Varian has moved more and more into a ban position. Now, Stukov has already been banned out before that. You can also play it, of course, with Brightwing and the Polymorph. Any kind of CC will do. But here comes the Ana pick. And then again, Skynox is logging this in. Still need a main tank, of course. And, well, let's see what we get. Mei! Mei comes in. Alright, so we got Mei. And the last 2 picks for the blue team. I like Vala combos. Vala was the first character that I really played to level 10 back then in the day. It was my first one that hit it where I got the master skin. And yeah, it was my dirty girl because I did a lot of dirty things with her. Dirty plays all around. So she's amazing. Vala was awesome. Back in the day, of course, the multi-shot build that you could play with cooldown reduction. That was back in beta or alpha. And it was just fantastic. Multi-shot 6 days to Sunday. It was crazy. Now they fixed that at some point, and rightly so. That was just way too imbalanced. But it was always fun, and she always had a special place in my heart, so yeah. Ragnaros gets picked. We see him more often. Again, if you watch the Masters Clash matches, and maybe even the Rive Cup, then you've seen him in action. And we got Hydra now on Urel. So the triple front line. And Lily, yeah, the little panda was changed too. So is she going to be the menace that a lot of people expect her to be in the future? In our previous series where the Hardos played, she wasn't picked nor banned once. But let's see what they can pull off in the second best of 5 of Playday number 2. Masters Clash, everybody. More Heroes of the Storm. Tomb of the Spider Queen is our first map. We got Team SoundLess going up against Go Next. Let's jump into game number 1. Game number 1, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Team SoundLess on the left, Go Next on the right. We got Hydra on Urel. We got Nenopi on Vala, Farlander on Ragnaros, so Ice Cream on Uther, and Shamzik on Malfurion. Level 1, again, newly changed talent. Emerald Dreams is now coming in, so you get the extra sleep over here. Towards the right side of the map, we currently got Wit on Mei, Skynox on Ana, Starzerk on Lily, so double support on both sides. For the blue team, it's Uther also in the main tank position, of course. Blade is playing Raxa, and Kelvin is playing Hanzo. Yeah, in level 1, the Serpent is sidekick right here. And yeah, let's check this out a bit. I mean, obviously, Lily was changed. A lot of people immediately said, like, hey, this could definitely be a bit of a menace in the Nexus right now, so we'll see. But this is a pretty good example of why a lot of the top players were not really too happy with the patch, because they said, well, it didn't change, or it didn't address Uther, it didn't address the power of a lot of the supports that they had. And ooh, even the Battle.net has to be careful here and keeping up. A little bit of a hiccup. But, well, talking about hiccups, seems like that might be a kill. Wit, he gets out and tries to turn it around on Malfurion. But Shamzik is also able to escape, so couldn't hit him. But that was still a close call here. Okay, so let's get the party started. Let's see what they can do. Technically, you would expect this to be more of a game where we don't see a lot of kills, simply because you have 2 supports on each side. So normally that leads to a lot of survivability, but then again, the game opens up with a quick kill against Mei, who by herself already is offering a lot of survivability here. A little bit of an attempt to start out the top lane by Blade, but that didn't really work too well, since Misha gets dropped too. And now at the bottom of the map, Hydra, feet first, hooves first. Jumping in, Urel. Yeah, she's a bit jumpy today, as usual. Alright, so this could still be a fun one. I mean, again, kicking us off is a little bit also of a test of how strong these two teams are. As I said, these are both teams, especially Team SoundLess, that might have a chance to eventually push into the top 4, but it's not going to be easy. There's definitely a lot of improvement that has to be made. But with a new patch comes, of course, also sometimes a new meta, or at least new possibilities, even if it's just, in some cases, a bit of a new cheese that you could develop and play out. So we'll see how they can rock this one out. For now, it's just the camps that have been taken. Ana is already protecting this one over here, is timing it. The idea is that your camp arrives just in tower range as the opponent pushes in, which will then lead to you having an easier defense since your towers are assisting you, and then you can use your own camp to push against the opponent quite easily. So that's pretty much the theory behind it. Has to, of course, really also pan out this way. And more of a Serpent build here for Lily with the Wind Serpent now on level 4. We got our multi-shot setup started up. After initially, of course, we have, as usual, the Hot Pursuit here for Vala. Yeah, the easy defense in the middle. Nothing too crazy, but as you can see, the camp is more or less still up, so they can make the play here. Nothing too crazy just happening yet. I mean, the teams are both accumulating more gems. We have some turned in by the blue team. If you can, always try to turn in. If you don't miss out on anything else, Starzerk is doing the same thing now with this Lily. Delivers the 12 that he had. And, yep, Urel at the bot lane is, of course, in possession of 13 now. The side laners usually have a lot of gems. And normally they can't really get away with turning in easily because the one-on-one lane... again, if you see one missing, you kind of know what's happening. So once that Hydra goes for the defense, is going to try and also interrupt that. You can already see it more or less happening. But Blade timed that really well and is able to deliver the 14. So that's a really good lead for them. Hydra comes in too, but he's just a bit too late to the party to do anything about it. So nicely done. Big push out by Raxa, and then the immediate capitalization on it. Yeah, good for him. Also, I want to quickly talk about the Ragnaros build, because we've seen some of the games previously by ending for Ruby where they went into the meatball build, and that's one of those facepalm moments where a lot of the top players are not really too happy with what they're seeing. You might have seen some of the comments that were made during the live stream, but in this case we're having the more so standard setup that you see when the hero gets played, not only by Team SoundLess in this case, but also by the Hardos, for example. So, yeah, as Ragnaros gets attacked, we have the Blast Wave set up, but that doesn't help him either, because Farlander is down. That's gems Not really down the drain, can still be picked up here. Level 7 talent is still kicking in for both of the teams at the same time. And they're trying to go for Nano P down here. Okay. Already our level 7. In this case, we get the blistering attacks and we got the hand of protection. He is running around over here. Went on level 7 straight into the let's go. And it's time for the first turn in. Both of the teams have plenty of gems. So it's party time. Can go for that. Also, May with a backup battery right now. Should always have one with you. Unless, of course, you have an amazing phone. Honestly, new phones are just fucking fantastic. Like, a charge on a new phone lasts so long, it is super easy. Like, all those backup batteries that you had to carry around for a long time, you don't need that stuff anymore, at least not for the phone. It's a little bit different when you're running around with a Tesla, then of course you would probably prefer to have one. I mean, again, like, electric cars are amazing. That depends a little on where you live, of course. But in my case, it would be definitely the acquisition if I needed one. But yeah, backup battery in that case would be kind of nice. A little bit heavy. But yeah, anyways. So for now, at least for phones, you don't need them anymore. Also, Nano P, he needs hit points and he needs them quickly. And he gets them. The beauty of the double support. Both of them, I mean, like, oh shit. There's the one guy that we need to support here, so let's make sure that he doesn't die. Yeah, top side. Web Weaver Wave is now coming in, so it seems like Ragnaros and Urel are pushing the lanes out. They're also interrupting Wit a bit. And May has to slow this one down, which allows the Web Weaver at the top to do even more work. And at this point, here comes the push down at the bottom. They're defending nicely, but they're still losing the gate. In the middle, the push continues, and all the way up at the top, it's not only the gate that has fallen, the towers are down too. And they might, they might lose Wit. The stun. Oh! And he gets out. Yeah, but it seems like Kelvin is gonna die. No, they both get out. And instead, it's Ragnaros that dies. Hydra, 26 gems. And he's dead too. They got the fort for it, so at least there's that, right? But still, 10 versus 10, 3 kills to 1. 26 gems down, but they killed the fort. I don't really know if that's worth it, honestly. It might be. It honestly might be worth it. Taking the fort down, 10 versus 10, losing the gems hurts a little bit, but yeah, you still have done damage at the bottom of the map. And of course, if they would have at least saved Ragnaros, that would have, Urel, that would have been just so much better here. Now, either way, we have still our 5 versus 5 backup on the map. Sulfuras is now taken. We got the stuns to set all of this up, of course. On the other side, the Eye of Horus, which has been more and more of a dominant talent on Ana whenever there's no proper hero to nano boost on the other side. In addition to that, we're now seeing the Water Dragon, and we got the Ice Wall as well. So not really any shocking developments here. I guess in the case of Lily, we guys have at least to talk about it, but it's pretty much the ults that you would expect in most cases. Now, there is still a structural advantage for Team Soundless, but it depends a bit on what the blue team can outdo, because they're going to be on the defense. If they can, of course, interrupt all of this, that would be even better. If they can buy themselves some time, maybe get a second turn in for themselves, that would be the dream. But Starzerk turns in, and that is a Web Weaver Wave. So, off we go. That's where the party is going to start. Already, the little move through the middle. Up at the top side, May is still standing tight. And down here, yeah, Starzerk, Blade currently doing their thing, setting up for the wave, pushing the lane out to make sure the Web Weavers are approaching from the front. The problem is that in the middle, it doesn't seem like this one is going to do a whole lot, because the camp is fully active, and that's exactly where the Web Weaver drops down. At the top, bit of a different story. Fallen is actually leaving this alone, so they're trying to help out the middle. Yeah, that ice wall didn't connect, so that didn't really work out for them. And here we go. There's a little push. Let's also look at the damage output that we're seeing from them. 71,000 the siege damage on May. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, talking about damage, Hydra is eating a lot of that. Oh, that was a beautiful, beautiful setup with the sleep dart. But Psyscream is already here, so Urel might have fallen, but they are recovering the gems. That's important. That's hugely important. But now, of course, in the 4 versus 5, it seems like that fort is going to be wrecked. Farlander is here. If anything, I would have maybe looked for him trying to pop his trade. But yeah, saves that for a rainy day. We now got 30,000 damage on Hanzo and 26,000 on Vala. And they're saving this bad boy for a bit longer. Now it's gonna fall soon, TM. But at least for now, it's still there. We still got the combo set up with Sulfuras if they get someone stunned out. The problem is that in the middle, Ragnaros is having a little party, and he invited the wrong friend. So that's a kill against him, and all of a sudden, Go Next has 5 kills to 2, and is starting to take the lead here. And they're also drawing even in just a few moments at the bot lane in structure, so that's good for them. So Ice Cream gets sniped, the heal is there, Eye of Horrors, and he makes it out. Dodging on a lot of it, Skydux was trying to get the kill but just couldn't. But here they're looking at Urel, and this time Hydra might fall again. The double support is keeping him alive though. Okay, so they're still holding on to it. Now, there's the turn-in, and this one is going to make it. So, once again, Go Next with another Web Weaver wave. That's the second one in a row for them now. SoundLess has enough gems. They got enough gems. If they hold on to their gems and don't lose heroes now, then they have still a chance to turn in 2 after they defend it. Farlander might finally pop his trade for this one and make sure that it works out for them. But let's have a little bit of a look here first, because the jump is already coming in. Hydra is sitting there in the middle. Yeah, they're trying to burn this one down quickly, I suppose. Top side, that's where we're seeing Ragnaros doing his thing. They're giving the bot lane up. They know that that fort can't be saved. The arrow connects with 2. Divine Shield on Uther. There's the wall, and they make it out. Nice. Yeah, well, all of them with the exception of Malfurion, who gets murdered again. But here's the trade. So Ragnaros is now finally committing to the trade. And with the Molten Core, you should at least be able to defend the mid lane easily. Can even chip in some damage all the way up at the top. But this is still likely going to be another fort that gets destroyed by Go Next. And they are gaining momentum. I mean, not only do they have an experience lead now, but they are really starting to take it here. Taking the structures down and looking better and better by the minute. So good stuff for them. And off we go. Here comes another quick hit. As they're defending the bottom of the map, the attention focuses on the middle. And I gotta say, with half a level missing until level 16, this is looking fantastic for Go Next. They're looking great here. They got murdered on the first Playday. Absolutely murdered. But right now, they are looking better and better in this first game at least. And that's a bit of a problem for Team SoundLess, because they were kind of one of the 2 teams that were just eyeing that level 4 spot a bit in the standings and saying, like, you know what, guys, we might be able to pull something off. But as I already explained earlier, this is a really important match for both of them. And it's also a match that in an ideal world, you want to win without losing too many maps. So if you just edge out a 3-2 victory, that's still, of course, worth quite a bit since the match is yours. But the map score is not going to improve too massively. And it's always what you're trying to focus on whenever you're going up against someone that might be your direct competition in the standings. Now, there's the level 16 talent, and they're going for Ice Cream again, and he gets kind of wrecked here. That arrow misses Uther, connects with Malfurion in the back. Still, they're making the play for Uther, and Malfurion is dead already. The Ice Wall is stopping the next one. They're making the play for Vala. The Divine Shield is there, but they are in trouble, and you can tell. I mean, they are barely staying alive during these fights, and it just seems like Go Next finds a kill every single time they're looking for one. Now, at least Manticore is up. Maybe that's enough to really threaten Mei in particular. But, whew. We got 84 gems against another 43, so this could very well be another turn-in for Go Next. They got a chance. Yep, they got another chance to turn this one in. So, already, plays are being made here with the Ice Cream. Like, he's the one who wants to turn it. He's just sitting there like, please, just let me go. And instead, it's the red team that gets another Web Weaver wave, which is, if I'm not mistaken, their 3rd in a row now. 3 Web Weaver waves in a row, and that's going to destroy their fort in the middle, and we're knocking at keeps now. So after an initial lead for the blue team, it is now the red team that runs the show here. And they gotta be careful. Their front line is not really as strong as they were hoping for. Malfurion died a lot of times already. 16 to 16 on the talent count. Ragnaros died 3 times. Yeah, comes in with the blast wave. Keep in mind, trade should be up again. And Misha is already coming in from the side, yeah, looking for the angle. And not defending this one too heavily, but if you look at the minimap, the top and the bot lane get also pressured now. There's the wall again, trying to zone them out a little bit. So Ice Cream gets stunned. Arrow hits Farlander, but he makes it out. There's a lot of ults that are getting blown out by Go Next at this point. Ragnaros, a little bit late on that trade, honestly. But they get the kill on Mei. They get the kill on Mei. They still need to defend their lanes. They need to defend the bottom. They need to defend the top. They are holding on to the middle for a little bit longer, but they need to do a whole lot more than that, because that top wall has fallen, and that is a ton of work that Web Weaver is doing. The rest of the team is now focusing at the bottom. They're blowing at least that spider out of the water, but whew, they will hold on to the keeps. But they need to make a step forward here now. If they get another kill, that would be fantastic. And they do. They kill Lily, and that is a staggered death. That's a big gap between Mei coming back and Lily re-entering the game. So now there's the chance to turn it. And the chance to go for boss, of course. So now we got both. But, yep. We are seeing them move in for that right away. And there's not enough gems for the red team to get a counter move. If you have enough gems normally and you know that your opponent is going for boss, what you're doing is just simply turning in. And you then trade Web Weaver wave against boss defense. But instead, we now see the boss attack. And I like that Blade is being sneaky at the bottom here and just saying, you know what? I'm actually escorting a couple of waves in because I know where you are. You are top side. There's already a few of the heroes that are like they're covering the flank. The flank. It forces Urel back too. And yep, off we go. So with that, they want to go for the turn in too, but the boss is already underway. Yeah, a little bit of a snipe for the interrupt. Ioforos gets interrupted by Sulfuras. They're like, nope, we are gonna get that turn in. And so Ice Cream finally delivers the gems. And Lily already is up at the top where the boss has now arrived at the keep, so they can break through this. And Experience is fine again. Experience is again pretty amazing for the blue team, because there was a gap and they bridged it. So good on them. Yeah, and top side, that boss, as you can see, is already going for keep. Might not get it, but the Web Weavers are coming. So it's more so about the second punch that we're talking about here. If you get a level 20 together with that, that's also kind of neat. So yeah, they're moving straight through the middle right now. Top side gets defended. They're not going to get the keep here, but they're going to get value at the bot lane, value in the mid lane. They're going to do a lot here. They're going to do a whole lot of this one. And if they, oh my god, if they can get the kill on Wit, that would be just a dream. But they can't lock me down long enough. So now the level 20 talents are nearly there. Ford in the middle is down. Ford at the bottom is also gone. And that is level 20. And Farflight Quither, heroic difficulty, and of course the Manticore synergy on Vala. That is big now. That's huge, actually. Plus the redemption. Now we're talking. So these 20 talents have been pretty amazing, and they're using it with a beautiful snipe on the Sulfuras again. Stun into Sulfuras and insta blowout on Lily. She didn't stand a chance here, and all that momentum that we're seeing for Team SoundLess, they are using it well. They are crushing through that bot lane now. And Vala, of course, she's now at 60,000 damage. She's catching up quickly with Hanzo, who's a little bit ahead of her, because of that synergy with her 16 and her 20. Great arrow follow-up, on the other hand, against Hydra. But Wit is sitting at the sides, and as long as they can protect Ninop here, he can do damage. But the defense is decent. I mean, Go Next is still in a spot where they have only 4 on the map. The problem for them is that SoundLess was able to save all the gems the entire time. They already had a turn, but they're still holding on to 100 gems roughly, 99. So now they can just easily turn in again. And there's no way for the blue team to continuously interrupt this, because they only have 4 heroes here. There's nothing they can do. And there we go. We have a quick move. And by the way, 0 deaths on Vala too. So exactly the way that you want it. And now they can make a play for the keep. Right there. But yep, let's see. At this point, there's the move right there. Top side, that's where we're all starting to see the move in. 5 kills to 7. That's where it is. And yep, that's the moment where you can go for keep. You have to take the camp down first. That's a smart move also by Go Next to take this proper time. But yep, off we go. Down to the bottom of the map. Already Hearthstone back. They're wasting a little bit of time. I mean, they really have to pick their battle. It seems like they're still focusing on the mid and the bot lane. Not going for the top at all. Yeah. So, let's go. Yeah, you need to get some value out of this one. You can't just simply allow the red team to simply poke this one down. That's not what you want. To at least get one keep. And of course, by them focusing into the middle of the map, they are allowing more space for the Web Weaver at the bottom. But a kill would go a long way here. Arrow dodged out by the Divine Shield. Nice. Nano piece a little bit low. Sulfuras, and bam! Down goes Ana. Urel is dead too. The Web Weaver is about to take the bottom keep down. But that was a real nice move by Ragnaros. He just popped Ana. She didn't have a chance. Going into the Eye of Horus already self-stunned her. And then it was a super quick kill right here. Well done. Really, really well done. And at the same time, now here comes the move once again as they're looking for the key, but the problem is they can't push in. They still got 60 gems, so I feel like they're playing a bit safer since they know they have a huge gem advantage, and they're trying to use that for another turn-in. So Ice Cream... Oh, Farlander actually might get interrupted now. Nah, maybe he gets it. 55. They need 10 to turn in. They have 5 in their hands. So, yep. There we have it. Okay. And the Siege Giants have to be dealt with too. It's still kind of open. I mean, technically, nobody has taken a keep down yet. I honestly feel that Team SoundLess could have done a little bit more given the situation that they were in. Right now, they have to fight for that next turn in, because Go Next has a chance to lock it in too. Yep. Off we go. 60 against 55. Red team has the numbers. Could make it happen. So Ice Cream, alrighty. He's starting to move in. Has redemption, of course. Keep that in mind. Ana again in the back. Sulfuras could be used for her. Farlander, and he's this time a little bit too far out. Doesn't get the connect, but they're locking in another stun on Wit. Uther is down, but he has redemption. He'll be back. And Farlander? Oh, he gets it! He gets it! He's not getting interrupted, and now they're in trouble. Yes, Ana is dead. Here comes the damage. Beautiful setup. A little bit of a risky play by Ragnaros, but he gets the trade set up just in the back. And now they get a double kill. They're going for the triple. Kevin! Oh, he's dead. Farlander is pushing the lane out already. They have the gems. They can go for the turn, and they want to go for kills. Ragnaros is already going for the keep, so they can take this one easily. Easy kill, and they're just going for core. They're not even wasting time with an attempt to go for another wave here. No turn in. Instead, the move straight up for the main structure. Lily gets crushed. Vala takes over on the top damage now too. Farlander still with a bit of damage. Feint Death is in. A little bit of body blocking. And this is just bad news for Go Next. They put up a fight. They really put up a fight here, and for a long time it seemed like they were the ones ahead, but now Team SoundLess turning it around again and locking in the victory onto the Spider Queen. 10 kills to 9, first game of the best of 5 series. Nicely done. Team SoundLess taking the lead in our Heroes of the Storm match.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Okay, pretty cool first game on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and yeah, I guess it all ended when Ragnaros was able to get his trade in at the fort behind the team fight. If there's an Ana sleep dart or any kind of stun and interrupt, that will very likely turn the fight in favor of Go Next, because that would have completely isolate Ragnaros and lead to a quick kill. But as he was able to get the channel through, they just murdered them and then obviously ended the game. So a really cool move from him. Now we're looking at Battlefield of Eternity, our second map, and, well, let's go and see what the teams can pull off here. I mean, again, really different. You have a 2-lane map, you have the objective, very heavily focused around team fights in the middle. Seems like Go Next is actually taking it easy and taking their time on the ban. And we get Uther banned out. Didn't ban him on the last game, got immediately picked. This is another map where we could see Vala, of course. Not so much because of the wave clear that you get with the multi-shot build, but more so because you're looking at an arrow setup and Monster Hunter on level 1 so that you can get the easy damage connected on the Immortal and burn him down. We have seen it actually, yeah. I'm just waiting for one of the big maps where technically Hydra could play the Vikings again just for them to be banned out again. Which seems to be happening every single time he has a chance to lock them in. The Sonya ban, okay, so that leaves us also with the Medivh being up. Chromie is up, to name another one. And it's always like, you're always toying around with the same, I want to say, like 4 to 6 bans at the beginning, or most cases. But since Rexa gets banned out now, that leaves a couple of options open. Chromie gets still locked away, so Medivh is technically available. Could play this out with Medivh. I mean, if you have a double pick, you can technically even like play it out with Diablo, for example, Medivh Diablo. But the first thing that happens is that we are getting Stukov, which of course then leads immediately to at least a thought process around, hey, what are we going to do with, let's say, Varian, Inupura, any kind of like blow-up combo. Okay, so Li Ming and Malfurion. We get the old geezer a little bit more. Now, to be fair, in a lot of the games that we saw him previously, he kind of got farmed a little bit. But yep, Malfurion is back to business. Hardos played him too, played him together with Tracer. Allowed Nick to go a bit deeper, but oh boy, we're getting a bot lane. Yeah, Zarya and Muradin. Stormbolt into Stukov Lurking Arm. Zarya for the 4-man setup at the bottom of the map. It's already getting a bit nasty here. Yeah, it's already getting a bit annoying. So, what else can they do now? Because this one is gonna be funny. Yeah, that's the Vala ban. If you have a Zarya and you got a Stukov, that's definitely something that you can pull off here. Yeah. Stukov and Vala plus Zarya would probably mean a lot of pain. So instead they got to go for a different damage dealer now. Deathwing still gets banned. So Ice Cream, our main tank. Question is what he's gonna take. Every single time you see a Zarya composition, honestly, it's already a terrifying move because you know it's gonna be an annoying game. A good Zarya setup can be so terrifying in a 4-man and can really just like burn you down, so nobody really likes to go up against it. Now they go for D.Va at the front and they get Varian, so we talked about this a little bit. I mean, mainly about the Stukov that was set up for Go Next, but of course, as I kept explaining in the past, with Varian you just want to have any kind of CC follow-up. So Malfurion is actually great for this. But you could also play this out. We've seen it with Brightwing, with Polymorph. We've seen it with Stukov, Uther for stun, like whatever it is. Any kind of like stun follow-up. Tyrande, of course, has been played a couple of times. Mixed results on that. But if you already lock in Malfurion, that's a pretty good one for that too, with his roots. We got Cassia now in. We got Blaze. So Muradin and Blaze can both deliver the stuns, and Cassia is going to be the one that is supported by Zarya and Stukov mainly in the 4-man rotation. Whereas at the same time, Farlander is the last one to pick here. Playing Ragnaros on the last map, Battlefield of Eternity is going to give him some additional options here. I mean, this is always the map where I'm waiting for an Alarak pick, but with the lineup that they're playing here, most likely going to go down a different path. And yes, here comes the extra damage against the Immortal with Hanzo now being locked in. So yeah, it's time to party, everyone. 1-0 lead for Team Soundless going up against Go Next here. Battlefield of Eternity is our second map. So let's see which team can take this one. And, well, if maybe Team Soundless already establishes 2-0 lead in this Heroes of the Storm series. So let's check it out. Battlefield of Eternity coming up next. Team Soundless is in the lead as we are heading into Battlefield of Eternity. Hydra playing D.Va. We got Farlander on Hanzo. Shamzik on Malfurion right now, and Nenopi on Li Ming with Sir Ice Cream playing Varian. On the right side of the map, we are currently looking at Wit on Muradin. We got Skynox on Stukov, Cassia currently with, well, played by Kelvin, Starzerk on Zarya, and Blade on Blaze. Now, always kind of sad to see the charge strikes, not because it's a bad talent, but it's just stacks are always kind of fun. Something to focus on. You have your own little mini games as a player that you can play. It's one of the reasons why I actually like hate Creed of the Noob Trap even more for Vala's level 4. Not only because the talent is utter garbage, which of course it is, but also because if it was better, it would just be so much fun to go for the continuous dings all the time. But you're pretty much restricted to either Quick Match or ARAM when you want to play that. So it's just what it is. But yeah, in this case, also no dings for Cassia. Instead, we're going to get our bot lane here. The Lurking Arm already starting off with a low blow, as you can see. In addition to that, we now have on level 1 again the Emerald Dreams, which is one of the talents that newly came in with the recent patch here. A bit of a change, the extra sleep that you get on this one. One-on-one lane all the way up top side. And Kelvin on the Pleb Horse. Okay. Yeah, a little poverty horse right there. And already the attempt to go for the first camp. And this is oftentimes where you will see someone rotate either a hero up to the top and just simply go for a camp exchange, or maybe even rotate the side laner down after pushing the lane out so that you can make a 5 versus 4 happen for a little bit longer. So yeah, there's that. Either way, let's go. At that point, red team locks it in. Go Next did a great job in the mid game in particular on Tomb of the Spider Queen. So now they have a quite a strong combo. And Team Soundless is banking their hopes on the taunt with Varian and the follow-up on Li Ming on Hanzo. And talking Hanzo, he just got murdered. Yeah, Stormbolt into Lurking Arm. The bow gets kicked around a little bit too. I mean, Muradin, seriously, you can just take that thing and sell it on eBay. No idea why he does that. But yeah, here we have it. Easy drop on the tower. capitalizing on the kill with some structural damage, and of course also escorting the cap in a little bit deeper to do their work. And here we go. Yeah. I kind of like the aggression around like the lurking, like the aggression around Zarya, the lurking arm after the store bolt. I mean, the setup is not new. The setup is really known quite well, but if you have someone that executes it properly, then it's always fun to watch. The thing is that the blue team is going to be able to just fight back once that they get their level. Oh my god, Hydra! Calculated! Yep! Yeah, so once they have the level 4, they can definitely fight back. And here comes the taunt. We also get the triumvirate on top of that. And this is really where the party starts for the blue team. This is where Team SoundLess can start to make a bit of a move. To the day, by the way, I don't really know why they're called Soundless. If they're just like the soundless killers, you know, that you don't hear coming and then you all of a sudden are dead. If that's what the idea here is or whatnot. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what stands behind that name. Go Next, kind of obvious. But yeah. Either way, Immortals are now up. Hanzo is immediately on the job. They're saying like, I got this, boys. You defend, I'll attack. We have it. So, yeah, it's party time. On top of that, we now got Shando's Clarity, of course, as well. And on level 4, level 7 talents are still a bit far off. And Muradin, oh, he ate a lot. Yeah, he nearly got dropped. But Farlander is also kind of low and has to jump out. Yeah, still push out top side with D.Va, trying to deal with the camp. Both of the teams are, of course, doing the same thing here, more or less. But here comes the next collapse onto the back line, and it's Zarya that dies. But they're getting a counter kill against Malfurion. Yeah, Malfurion is actually dying a lot. I mean, honestly, you would think after a year of COVID, he would have finally learned that social distancing is a thing. But him and Deckard Cain, they are just screwing up on that end time and time again. Dude, close quarters with that many people, it's just not healthy. You are in a high-risk group. You're 10,000 years old or something. So for the love of God, just move back a little bit. I mean, dude, please. Kelvin getting attacked here too. Yeah, you see, these guys are all young, healthy. I mean, D.Va's literally in the mag, no problems over here. And yep, Varian, of course, already lurking around here, trying to set up the next kill. Yeah, Muradin slowing this down too. I mean, the thought process is the same. Slow down the attack. Oh, the ice cream. The taunt is in, and there's the kill. Despite him trying to set something up, it's Varian that dies, and they're going for the race. But it is the red team that wins it with 900 hit points. 900 HP. I mean, it's a tiny shield. That thing pretty much doesn't exist. But that still was a nice log for Go Next. Well done here. So, as you can see, we now have the level 7 talents for them. Honestly, I think SoundLess is going to get it for the defense just in time. Get now the pinpoint accuracy. Also the heavy impact. Muradin! Not like this! Not like this, dude! No! Oh my god, okay. That's the value of the Immortal. Yeah, that's the end of that. That was a little bit unfortunate. Muradin was a bit too aggressive on this. There's another taunt, lockdown, and Zarya is dead. So yeah, I mean, check this one out. So this is how this starts. Muradin jumps in and pretty much commits Sudoku right there. Yeah, they just immediately locked him down, took him. The Honorable Subaru was highly successful. Muradin is down, and then shortly after, with Varian coming in from the side flank again, we have Zarya dropped as well. So Team SoundLess with the perfect defense here. I mean, easy peasy. Doesn't get much better than that. Well, there's a little bit of a setup. Starzerg is fine. Zarya was okay. He's not a problem. Died on purpose. Vodka was empty. Needed to go back to Nexus to get the resupplies. It's all on purpose. No problem. Now back with vodka. Easy. Yeah, but Stukov is also dead, so I don't know. Apparently, like, his bottle was empty too, and he wants to have a refill. Maybe Zarya told him a little trick there, but either way, the Admiral is gone, so that's bad news for him. And in the meantime, Muradin is just stacking his quest thanks to the level 4. But as it happens, with these taunt setups that we're seeing from Team SoundLess, they're going easy peasy for it. I mean, again, the formula is clear. Taunt into lockdown from Malfurion, and then just drop the damage, baby. And that's exactly what Nanopi and Farlander are currently doing. And Nanopi's Li Ming is pretty mean, honestly. So, yeah, there's another one. Muradin is dead too. Yeah, he got hammered. So, I don't know. This is starting to spiral a bit out of control. Every single time we're seeing like a good move from Go Next, it feels there's immediately a counter move from the blue team. So yeah, it's a little bit nuts. And Varian is coming in. And yeah, I mean, his taunt lines are amazing. He comes over to Muradin, and obviously it's the easiest taunt in the world. It's like, dude, you're even shorter than Chromie. And Muradin goes, and you know, starts attacking him. So yeah. But either way, all the way up at the top, Hydra's now doing his thing. And is trying to zone them out a little bit further. Needs to be really careful. He's going to lose the mech first and foremost. Muradin, the dwarf, not like this. Not again. Wit, no. Wit is dead. There's the lurking arm, but Ninopi is lurking at the sides. The arrow connects, and Skynox, 30 hit points. Calculated, baby. Zarya's down. Li Ming still got the kill, gets the reset. They're coming in, and they are hyper aggressive once again. Time and time again with the big boy damage here. Varian is now starting to also go for the Shaman at the bot lane. This camp is also pushing in, but so far the fort hasn't really taken any damage. Of course, it's going to defend this from here on out, but it's all about, after the halftime show, to lock in the final damage numbers. And this might be a little bit harder now. You can always poke from a distance with the heroes that they have here, but Blade and his boys are now setting up for the defense again. Yeah, they still have to defend the bot lane too, though, so that's a bit of a problem. They're already starting to drop low over here. Careful, baby. Yeah. A little bit more damage from afar. I mean, Hanzo might be able to get another one connected. But here they go for the dwarf again. And Muradin makes it out. Close call, though. Very, very close call. At the same time that the Immortal gets locked in, they're looking for additional kills. And Ninopi, I mean, again, he is getting combo after combo off. Look at the damage output. He's sitting at 30,000 right now. Hanzo is outdone on the numbers. 8 kills to 3. And topside, they're doing really, really well at this point. So, bottom of the map, there's still Blaze trying to make sure that they're not losing that fort either. But up at the top, the side lane is open. They got vision. The gate is done. A little bit of a big shove coming in against Hydra. So far, so good. But again, the Avatar getting forced immediately. These setups are just way too good. Malfurion excelling as a healer that can just like lock down the target. Blaze is getting value at the bot lane though. So they might get the fort at the top, but Blaze is currently doing a number on the bot lane, and he is gonna drop that fort. So they're trading forts here. Honestly, if I'm D.Va, I'm not even sure if I would defend now, because she is not gonna be able to save that one, is she now? I mean, as far as actions go, that was pretty solid. The fort is still there, so they hold it for a bit longer. If they can kill Blade, that would be nice. But technically speaking, that wasn't too bad of a defense for Go Next. They did some serious damage at the bottom of the map, structurally. So, this isn't horrible. Now, of course, with a level 13 talent against Zarya, the Shattering Throw is kind of neat. We also have the Illusionist now kicking in. Talent lead in and of itself is kind of nice. They go for the double camp play too, because Hanzo was all the way up at the top, riding the money pig to a glorious victory against the Khaldor camp. And yeah, one more stack for Muradin, and then he's gonna be done with his own quest here, which means cooldown reduction and pierce. So, exactly what you want on the dwarf. And it's party time. Yeah, this is time also to push with the cap. Seems like that fort is not gonna make it. No. The talent lead is enough to push Go Next back. They don't want to fight this. They're not willing to go up against it just yet. So I just say, like, not happening. So a bit of a quick look if someone is lurking in the shadows and hoping for a flank. That's not the case. Ninopi can therefore take aim at Muradin, who's eating some of the combos so that the structures are not taking too much damage. But they gotta be real careful here. It's 13 against 13, and immediately SoundLess is falling back a little bit. Virulent reaction for Stukov. Okay. Yeah, that bad boy is gonna do work with that one now. But here it comes. The Immortal is up. And now this is really where it becomes tricky. Because now that you are 2 forts down, we have Go Next in a bit of a difficult situation. They really need to make sure that they're going to take this Immortal, or they're likely going to lose a keep. And on top of that, of course, lanes are now pushing against you. With the catapult damage, the top lane is also easier defended once that Shaman camp is moving in. So you got to be real careful here. This is going to be one of those moments where if you don't get at least a few kills or the Immortal, then you're going to be in real trouble. And they're trying to lock the Immortal in quickly, at least some damage. But Muradin, look how quickly he's forced into his ulti. But the blow against Li Ming Insta-kill. Nicely done. Good shove also on the mech explosion, but that's exactly the kind of move that you need if you want to make a comeback in the game. You go for the target, you find Liming, the damage dealer is there, and bam! Gone. Not a chance. Easily taken down. And now they're making another play for Hydra. Careful, baby. And here we go. The arrow connects. They're still fighting this one out. A staggered death is a disaster, and that's exactly what happens. Liming is back, and D.Va is dead. Now, then again, to be fair, what we're still seeing is the halftime shot just now taken, and this is still doing work. So they are kind of trying to buy a little bit more time for that camp at the bottom, and we're talking about a catapult and the minion wave that are moving in for it too. And of course, if Go Next is defending the bot lane, that means that they can't really take the Immortal down as quickly. They're going for the 4-man attack, send Blaze down to the bottom, and that allows at least some of the hit points to be taken by the team in blue, but they still have to face the music now. There's a 50% shield Immortal. Bot lane has been more or less destroyed, at least the wall. The keep itself hasn't taken damage yet. The problem is also the level 16. I mean, that's obviously the beauty of having such a big lead in experience, that now Team SoundLess can just look at this and say, okay guys, we got a talent advantage. If they want to fight, let's fight. We can fight right now. We have no problem fighting. So let's check this one out. And that's why the red team is now a little bit cautious. I mean, they still want to approach this and see if they can flank anything. But yeah, Blade is already sniffed out. Instead, they're making the play over here. I think Ford is definitely going to fall, but it's always a question of how much farther you can go. Stormbolt connects, alright, makes the way out. Blade does miss jet propulsion because of that. They are still doing a pretty decent job escorting that Immortal. So yeah, there's a bit of side damage coming through from the NOP. Just be careful, but they're already falling back here. Farlander jumps out as the Stormbolt comes in. Arrow connects though, but yeah, they're just zoning them out. But of course, the goal of the red team is, at this point, just simply to move down to the bottom of the map and take the fort. They took both of the forts down. Granted, both of them were super low. Both of them wouldn't have survived much longer. But that's not really the point here. The bigger point is really that you're just trying to make sure that you finally have catapults on your lane. So there's that. But well, either way, we currently got 8 kills to 5, and it is close. It's a close game right now. So, as you can tell, there's another jump. So, Ice Cream. Careful. Lurking arm. Can they turn it? They're trying for them damage. Ults have already been used, especially Cassia. No, but D.Va wasn't even here. D.Va pushed the top lane out. Next Immortal. Soon gonna be announced again. Any fight that you take here can decide the game. Big team wipe, and game's over. At least theoretically. So, yeah. It's a trap! Not like this! Not like this! No! The full-on face check over here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that is a disaster. That is an absolute disaster. That shouldn't happen. NOP did such a great job the entire game to double-check all the bushes, and now they're losing 3 heroes because of the mistake. That was a horrendous, horrendous rotation. Check this shit out. Have a look at this. They're moving in. Look at Liming. Look at Liming. I even thought they saw something, and instead they moved straight into the bush. Wow. I think they expected them to be at the camp at the top side, but I mean, obvious bait, right? So, what a beautiful setup, and that's a triple kill for Go Next. Now, once that the Immortal spawns, halftime show ends up in favor of Go Next, but it doesn't mean that they can't fight back here. But that should not happen. Losing 3 heroes like this is so unnecessary, and that hurts. That hurts a lot. Because the halftime show is lost. They're gonna get Hanzo back, he can shoot the arrow out, but now they have to win the team fight. Or they just accept that they're losing the Immortal, like one of the two. But that one was just a total disaster. It was a nightmare. And now they go for the defense. Hanzo is back, it's all about the team fight here. Now you gotta make sure that you somehow win that team fight. And oh boy, is that gonna be tricky. They get some damage in, so good already. Try and take the hit points down slightly. But yep, here comes Blaze. Stormbolt gets dodged out. If they can get a good taunt, make the engage, get the taunt, blow someone out of the water, and you're Gucci. But whew, it will be tricky to recover from this point, because the top lane is now pushing with catapults and a camp. That keep is in real danger. In real danger. Hydra is already boosting over. And that's, of course, the immediate move for Go Next. They see Hydra moving to the left to defend, and that's immediately where the call is made. Go Next says, okay, let's take the immortal. And SoundLess, they're sitting here as like, team. Yeah, they let it happen. Yeah. That's how easy it goes. One trap. One single trap. This is literally what helped them to win this immortal with that much of a shield. And check it out again. Have a look at this. Like, you face check the push massively. That led to 3 kills. Insta blow up on Li Ming. That led to 3 kills, this little setup. And now we're looking at an immortal with a massive shield, nearly level 20. This could be what lost them the game. That one move, that one trap that they didn't scout for. And as I said, NanoP scouted for a lot of these traps earlier. In this case, they were in a hurry. They got a little bit greedy. They didn't pay attention. And then they get punished for it. And now that push to the bot lane could result in a keep taken. And of course, the experience lead that we're seeing for Go Next is insane. They get level 20. Yeah, it's a level. They should get the keep here too. Nah, that's fantastic for them. Go Next. They had troubles on the first map, but for a long time it even seemed to the Spider Queen as if they could take it. And now, yeah, the keep is down. Level 20 is ready, and they fall back. They fall back. They're going to try to take what they can. Maybe even still another camp. Obviously, it's now all about SoundLess soaking to level 20. They're not out of this yet. I'm not going to lie, they're in a shitty spot. But they can still win this. They got a kill combo. They got a snipe combo. You can set a good one up, and you're golden. All you need is a quick kill against one of the damage dealers, or maybe the support. And then you're back in play. But if Go Next plays it now safe, sound, disciplined, slow, that bot lane will become a bigger and bigger problem the more these catapults are pushing and the more they're scaling into the late game. So, all of it is happening here. But yeah, top side, camps get now taken. 20 is nearly in. 8 kills to 8. I mean, again, technically, even kill count. But of course, it's those late game kills that hurt the most. And here we go. Storm Talons, both sides. Gives us the bullseye. Yeah, in addition to that, we get the upgrade. Timing attack is now in. Astral Communion, Tal Rushers, and Varian can come in. Ooh, no banner. And this demoralizing shout. What is a demoralizing shout? You are suck! It's like, oh no. You just said we suck. What is a demoralizing shout? It's like, you guys stink? Is that a demoralizing shout? Can someone come up with a demoralizing shout? Alright, demoralize them a little bit. Let's go. You're ugly. There we go. And ults get being popped quite quickly. And so Ice Cream at the front. In trouble. Stormbolt. And he's still alive. He's still alive, but they're looking at Blade and he bunkers up. Bunkers up and they burn it. They burn it and they kill him. Blaze is down. Game's open. Guys, top keep. In trouble. But again, game's open. They were able to get him. Seems like the demoralizing shout happened. Blaze, you suck. No, I don't. And he gets killed a second later. Good job, Varian. Good job. I mean, honestly, I was always thinking that Diablo's the biggest bully in the game, the way that he pushes people around all day. But it's kind of Varian. I mean, how Varian isn't cancelled in today's culture is honestly mind-blowing to me. He comes in, taunts you, insults you all day, and then he demoralizes you too. But he gets killed. Okay, so that's probably it, because he's a bit of a punching ball. That was not... Yeah. Like, why? They really get the kill that they need, and then this happens. Alright, so now Blaze is back in 10 seconds. Oh, Furion! And again, social distancing, dude. I keep telling you. Gotta be a little more careful. No face mask, no nothing. I mean, what's going on here? NanoP! Oh, run! Run, Li Ming, run! Yeah, he's gonna get away. But over here, there's the kill against D.Va. Yeah, they're falling apart on so many angles now. Farlander, he's trying to stay alive. The bottom keep, by the way, is nearly falling. And they're still chasing Li Ming. I mean, unbelievable. The time that they're buying here. The bottom keep, if this continues, the bottom keep falls. NanoP, the Juke Master 2000, but at this point, it's just over. Then again, the keep is gone too. but they're gonna get everyone here. Falenda, no! Ah! Ah! They're all dead. Yep, that's gonna be another immortal. Oh my god, what a game. Yeah, so they gotta get the immortal. Can they end? I mean, they should be able to now, right? 50 seconds for Hanzo. I gotta admit that it would be funny as hell. I mean, they're sending Meridian back to deal with the catapults, but can you imagine if the Vinians would all of a sudden take it? 2 catapults on the core. And they're already prepping at the top lane. Yeah, they're already here. They're already straight up going for it. So, yep. There we have it. Little plays are being made. Alright, alright. 0 deaths on Cassia. The only one that hasn't fallen yet. Keep is about to go down. Keep is about to fall. And they don't even have Li Ming back. This is lights out. This is just lights out. Yeah, nicely done. Go next with a great setup here. Well played. So at this point, they're going for the taunt. They try to go for Cassia. But it doesn't really seem like they can save this one. No, the Immortal alone is going to finish this. The Immortal is going to... I mean, this thing has still shields. Yeah, that's game. That's definitely game. Nicely done. Go next. They are tying the series. Well played, everybody. We're going to game 3 on an even score. SoundLess against Go Next. And now Heroes of the Storm, best of 5. SoundLess against Go Next. It is time to get the show on the road on the left side. Hydra on Hogger. Falenda on Falstead. We got Nenopia on Sylvanas. Shamsig on Lucio. And Sir Ice Cream is playing me. On the right side of the map, Wit on Johanna. We got Skynox on Stuka for Go Next. Starzerk on Tychus. Kelvin is playing Genji. And we got Blade on Leoric. Okay. Let's get this party started here, and we're gonna have a bit of a closer look at the birdie too and what he can offer in the game now. One way or another though. We have a lot of Shimada action in these games. Either Hanzo or Genji is making his way in. Now we got also the dishonorable discharge right here. Yeah, again, Blizzard had a couple of problems that they hot fixed already, but yeah, especially with the bird, you can easily take like bosses single-handedly, especially after you're level 13. So we'll see how much of an impact Fawcett is going to have. It's actually the first time that we're seeing him after the patch now played. So Falenda is going to put that to the test, and it's going to start to stack the level 1 here. Yeah, first few hits are already coming in, all the way up at the top. Blade is now going up against Hydra, or 1-on-1 lane has been set up. Genji is still sitting this out in the middle as the rest of the 3-man has moved down to the bottom of the map. Mei going into the heat transfer once again, so that's up for her. And Falenda nearly dying to Kelvin. This is exactly the problem. As I said, Genji is hungry. Genji wants the chicken, and he's gonna go for the chicken. Over and over and over again. He's gonna lock that in whenever he can. And yeah, it is gonna be a little bit nasty for Falenda. He needs to be careful here. And of course, the rest of the team has to cover for him too. If they can control Genji whenever he makes an aggressive play, then they have a good chance here. But one way or another, Falstead is gonna be his main target. So if he can go for Sylvanas, he's gonna go for that too. But it's the bird that he is out for. Well, either way, we currently have up at the top already Blade and Hydra doing still their little 1 versus 1 thing, but of course we're now looking at the first objective that's going to be announced in a second. First of all, we have both of the teams taking their own pumpkin camp. Nobody is trying to invade on the other side, trying to take that over. Yeah, and it's easy peasy time right here. But yep, off we go. So right now, this is currently our little setup where they are trying to maybe even get the first kill. Falstead and Hoggar now in the middle. The level 4 talents are kicking in, and the build continues with the static shield now coming in too. That's kind of a bit of a must-have if you're going against a aggressive Genji. You want to have that extra shield there. Wit, talking about aggression, is already getting attacked. And Shamsig is nearly playing with his life for that. Starzerk, yeah, it's not only him, it's also Genji now moving in, and that's the kill. Grenade comes through, bam, down, straight to the face. So Lucio plays Bruno Mars, catches the grenade, and is therefore dead. And, well, that's kill number 1. So Go Next is starting to take a small lead. And again, not anything insane yet, but it comes also at a good time. Because now we have the next shrine popping up in the rhythm on level 4 for good old Tychus. Hydra at the top, the bird flying in. Trying to get some hits connected. They're going for Blade, and that should be a kill. Oh my god, no, really? Oh, they can't get the kill on Leo, and now we're having Wit coming in from behind. They came from behind! Yeah, it's not quite a Walker at 3, but still, that could have been a kill. And again, he has obviously Altars up, so the one at the bottom gets already channeled, and what normally results in a 2-for-1 trade seems to be a very easy setup in favor of Team SoundLess this time, because they got the freebie at the bot lane. Easy exchange here in the middle, and well, with that now, we got our 1 versus 1 at the bottom of the map. Tychus is still having some trouble to stack, by the way. After the initial approach, he couldn't really get another minigun through. Nano P, yeah, jumps out, and Shamsik is helping him. Creates a little bit of space, so Ice Cream is now moving down here too, but there's the level 7 talents that are not kicking in. And we're getting the full shebang with the charged up now, so full on Lightning Rod. Side lane pressure is obviously there, and Farlander is trying to instead go for the damage. Has the 10 stacks to his level 1 already. So slowly working on that. I mean, again, as you can see, so you will get the damage up eventually if you have a lot of fights, and that's pretty much what's going to happen around those shrines and altars. So yep, with that being said, whenever Genji is making the approach, it's gonna be easy peasy here for them. I mean, right now it's 32 against 36 that we're looking at. So got our approaches, they're evading even, so they get in their own pumpkin camp and they want a little bit more. Hogger is on the way, Falster could fly down, Leo is also moving in, so this is gonna be a 5 versus 5, but they steal the camp and they get the kill. They get both camp and kill. Lucio is down. Falstad with a few more stacks, but now he gets attacked and he is dead. That is starting to spiral out of control because those kills come just as the altars get activated. There's a double pumpkin camp now moving through the bottom. If they get staggered, oh my god, they indeed do. They take down Hogger. Guys, this is a nightmare. SoundLess. I mean, at this point, looks like Clueless to me. They're losing way too much here. 4 kills to 1, that's half a level until 10. Double altar up in a moment. They are having some serious trouble. So that's at least 1 channel victory already, and if they just can stall for time, they get level 10, and that's both. Yeah, Nanopi is also insanely low. Starzer, can they get him? Well, they're trying, but instead it might Nanopi that falls. And yep, that's a kill. Gets soloed by Sylvanas, and Jojo makes it out. And that's nearly level 10. They got level 10. There it is. So now they can maybe even get another kill in if they can lock anybody in within a tomb. That's an easy channel. Skynox gets it. And just like that, we have 5 kills to 1, 28 to 32 points. And this is looking pretty amazing for Team Go Next. Now, once the level 10 abilities are ready for both of the teams, they can of course quickly change. But at least right now, that's a huge lead. And they're taking this one as well. There's the Entomb. Yeah, there's no level 10 on one side. And bam! Easy double kill. They steal the camp. They get 2 kills. They're looking fantastic. I mean, 7 kills to 1. You got a 1 level lead. Get the high 5. Mighty Gust. The Hoarder pulled. But they are losing out on so much ground right now. I mean, oh boy. That's starting to get nasty. I mean, really nasty. The birdie is dead. They're just farming them. 8 kills to 1. What just happened? They're absolutely brutalizing them. This is getting crazy. 16,000 damage for the bird. We got 20,000 for Genji already. Yeah, top side. Hogger. Blade is already starting to move out. They want the counter kill at least against Starzerk this time, and with the mind control, they're getting it. There it is, the counter kill. So Team SoundLess comes in and says like, alright guys, let's go. Talking about let's go, we got the Falling Sword now committed to by Jojo. She's been waiting this out a bit longer. Falling Sword for her, and thanks to the kill, they're trying to take the camp. And it's a good move. Every single time you're ahead, you're trying to get a little bit farther ahead, you're trying to come in and just increase the advantage. So 8 kills to 2 right now. Yep, and let's go. They're starting to move straight into the middle again. And go for Blade, but they can't really do a whole lot here. Now, Kelvin on his Genji has been putting the pressure onto that backline over and over again. I mean, seriously. Especially Falstad is just continuously on the run. And, yeah, Genji is exceptionally well here. So, now we got the level 13 talents kicking in with another lead. That wall didn't hit anything. Auto attack set up. Mithril Maze after the Spectral Leech most likely going to come out. They're going to try for the interrupt maybe again. Kelvin is just waiting for another Swift Strike set up and they let it pass. They don't have the talent. They can't do anything about this. There's another 4 shots fired. Down to 24. 24 to 32. Slowly but steadily. The bird up at the top. Fighting their time. I mean, it's another camp that gets stolen away, but you don't want to go up against this big advantage in talents. You need to soak the experience first. So it's another camp that you have to deal with. And, yep, that they will do. But here comes the experience for them, of course, as well, as Falstead and Hogger are now pushing the top in the middle. So, yep. So far, so good. Bring it back. Slowly but steadily. Maybe comeback time. Mind control. Sylvanas gets attacked right away. Kelvin jumped deep. There's already the wall, and Starzak is down. That was a real nice connect on May's side. And here's the level 13 talents. The Flow Rider is coming in, so they're going to go for the cooldown reduction setup. Talking about Falstead, comes in on the side, gets the Gust. That's a kill against Stukov. And guess what? Wit is likely going to fall. Yeah, even with the ult being used, he can't save himself. So all of a sudden they're coming back. This is not what we're talking about. This is not the Team SoundLess that we're used to. Aggressive, making plays, looking for kills, and they get 4. They got 4 kills right now. 4? 3? I think it was 3. And of course with Sylvanas, that means immediately that you can start pushing. And yep, that's a bell tower. That is an easy bell tower too. Starzak needs to be real careful. If he gets too close, then another mind control might connect with him. So now we got a double altar at the top, but that's bell tower control in the hands of Team SoundLess. All that they needed. One big fight, one good gust, a bit of luck there, a couple of kills, and now they're ahead in experience, and they're ahead of bell tower control. Alright, so let's go straight in. What else are we gonna get? There's the channel on the left, there's the channel on the right. That's 3 shots fired against 5. And at the top, they're making the play for Blade. This time, they want the camp. Yep, there's the wall. Leo is down, and they want Stukov too. And poor Stukov. Poor Stukov gets murdered. And they go for Starzak as well. But honestly, I mean, I gotta be honest with you for a second. That wall was sexy as hell. That one was really good. I mean, that's 4 kills now. But as they're taking the top bell tower, check out that play. Look at the wall. The wall actually locks in May completely, and after they kill Leo, they can now go for Stukov, and they can quickly collapse also on Tychus and take in total 4 kills here. So now they have a massive lead in bell towers, and guys, they can go for the barrage. They're going for a fucking shot barrage on the map once that Sylvanas is moving in to disable this. There's the mind control on Leo. We can't get the kill here. I don't think they can really make it happen. There's the trade already being used. And in the meantime, well, no, there is the kill. But Jojo is dealing with the bot lane. Jojo is retaking. So they do a lot of damage here in the middle, but Jojo has all the time in the world to do some work at the bottom of the map. And she's about to retake. We got the level 16 talent advantage. Falstead is sitting by now on 32 stacks on his level 1, by the way. God, they have the massive lead now. So there's the triple altar phase, but they went for the retake. And now with Sylvanas, if you can push in, you might have a shot here. The Mithril Maze is up, on the other hand. It's 16 versus 16. And yeah, let's see how deep they can go with this one. Because it's all about the bell towers right now. I mean, even with the 5 versus 3 scenario, if you get 2 bell towers, you're ahead again. If you get 3, you're the boss. Hog at the top left. Falstead could technically try to interrupt Leo. And it seems like he might. No. Yeah, well, there's the barrel. Is too late. Is he? Nah, he gets it. He gets the interrupt. 5 shots already fired. Farlander pushes this out. Everybody else at the bot lane, they already went for the first play for the exchange, so they want to have the top right now. Might have overstepped their bounds a little bit, because now you're in that awkward spot where you might lose the top right, and despite the fact that you had the upper hand, you're going to trail behind. That would be a nice connect now for Go Next if they can get this one, and this is of course a little bit safer for them. There's the play already in the middle. Genji, Johanna, both getting attacked. They want to get a little bit deeper. If they get a kill, they go for the bell tower. Get a kill, go for the bell tower, and then of course they have another 6 shots fired. And yeah, they're already making the play. They're already going for it. Yeah, but here comes the jump. They might have stayed a bit too long. The wall is there, so is the Entomb. They're all trying for it. Range is ready. Bell tower with a bit more damage is insanely low. Hogger is down. Yeah, there's Genji again, of course. Genji with a zip and the kill. Falstad is trying to get away. 43 stacks for him now. Is able to barrel out, but I guess another 3 shots are going to be fired by Team SoundLess. The bell tower in the middle is incredibly low, though. That's up for grabs whenever. So they can take it whenever they get an opportunity. They're trying to retake now this one too, as you can see. So, yeah, that's the next play. 3 shots are getting fired. Boom. Didn't really wait long enough to get 4. Not even sure if they could, honestly. I guess it would have been possible for them to time that a little bit better, but still. The one thing that's honestly terrifying is when you're looking over to Tychus. Look at how many stacks Tychus has after 14 minutes. 15! 15 stacks on In the Rhythm. That hurts. That really, really hurts. Damage output, 42,000 for Sylvanas. The Birdie at 37. Tychus is at 22,000 damage. Lucio has that much damage. Lucio's pretty much on the same damage numbers that we're seeing from Tychus. So, yeah, Starzerk is having some trouble getting the damage connected. That one is certain. So, right now, we got the camp on the left side about to be claimed. Well, Jojo's trying to jump in and force the fight, and indeed she does. But they might have overstepped it a little bit, because Falstad is now flying down. This is going to be a 5 versus 5 in a second. There's the Gus, they're catching one. Can they go for him? Starzerk is in trouble again, and with trouble I mean he's dead. He's dead already. If they get another kill, they can go for so much work here. Yeah, they have Sylvanas. Leo is dead. Leoric, he is immediately taken down. And that is, of course, an easy play down for the bottom bell tower that they can catch again. And that is exactly what's happening here. So, yeah, nicely done. That's a level 20 that they have on top of it. For Falstad, that means the wind tunnel. We got the Dark Lady's call in. And they took the bell tower in the middle, too. I mean, there's a boss up, of course, as well. So there's a lot of plays that you can make with this. First of all, you already control 6 bell towers, which means that the channel on the altar at the bottom is, yeah, gonna draw even for you, because one of the pumpkins made it through as well. So, yeah, 6 shots are gonna be fired in just a second. But that only means that they are even in core points. 15 to 15. You want to take the lead here, of course. But, well, can they kill Blade? Hello, team? Blade? Hello? And he's dead. He's actually dead. And the Dark Lady call comes in. They're going for Skynox, and he makes it out. But, nah. He could have died there, too. Yeah, in the meantime, the boss gets attacked, so that's another 4 shots that are up for grabs. The retake of the bell tower in the mid lane is in progress too, as Go Next is trying to somehow establish a position on the map again and come back into it. But this is now 15 points to 11. Shots are fired, boss is taken. And Hogger is already busy at the top in the attempt to take another pumpkin camp. Honestly, these games, back and forth the entire time. The series so far was pretty cool. But yeah, it's kind of nuts here. 46,000 damage by now on Sylvanas. Yeah, mistimed that a little bit. But the cooldown is so ridiculously low, who cares, you know? I mean, it's back up in another 8 seconds. Okay, there's the slide out. Genji gets booed back. Bah, wind tunnel for the save, and it isolates Genji too. He immediately has to fall back on it. And now they're kind of trapped. They pushed past the bell tower at the bottom. They pushed past it. Now they're trapped. Now they don't have a fallback. They don't have a fallback option. Here comes the annihilation of Hogger, though, and that might just be enough, but Leo dies too. And they go for Kelvin, and goodbye, Genji. Falstad with the damage output now makes the plays. They're going for Starzerk. They want Tychus again. It's a triple kill, baby. It is a triple kill. They can end. They can end. They're going for it. Skynox falls. 5-man team wipe. This is the end, everybody. All they gotta do is take the bell tower at the top, and then it's game. And that is exactly what we're seeing. Bell tower is about to be claimed. The channel is already starting. Falstad, he dies, but he dies for a good cause. It doesn't matter. Here comes the channel. Blade is too late. 6 shots fired. Nenop is doing the same thing. And with that, Team SoundLess takes the lead in this series. A 2-1 lead for Team SoundLess. Nicely done. GG, and well played. Alright, Infernal Shrines, the 2-1 lead. Team Soundless, they stepped it up. They definitely did. Game number 3 looked way better for them. Once that they took the lead, they never really let go anymore, and they just absolutely dominated. A lot of the team fights looking fantastic for them. I mean, initially it was a little bit scary, but now that we're heading into Infernal Shrines, that's obviously a very, very different setup. And yeah, the Medivh ban is instantaneous. So now Infernal Shrines again, you want to have a little bit more wave clear, especially if you're trying to dominate the objective. Jojo is great here, Diablo is great here. I mean, there's a lot of tanks really that add a lot because you can establish a really good position on the shrine itself, because they help you to get additional stacks, or because you can just, in the case of Diablo, bully people around and stun them into walls. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do there. But either way, we got Chromie banned as usual, and the big question is, of course, can Team Soundless win this with a 3-1? It felt in Game 3 that especially Genji... I mean, Genji honestly felt the entire time like he might just be the one who turns it for the red team, but after a couple of really awesome initial plays where he looked fantastic, they were not really able to do a whole lot with him, at least not as much as they wanted to do here. So, yeah, Genji got quickly controlled by Falstad and some others as the game continued, and therefore we have now a lead for the team in blue, and they are hoping to finish the series here, win this second match on in the Masters Clash season. I mean, again, Playday number 2, right? So, would be a big victory for them. But yeah, let's have a little bit of a look of what we're getting for the blue team, because the first thing that happens is that Rexa gets locked in as an easy first pick for Go Next. Yeah, there's Tychus, Odin, and back in the days, Alex Strasser with the dragon form would usually be used here. And here we go, Malfurion and Tychus. Okay, so the opening is actually quite solid, with Malfurion slowly now starting to come back after the patch. He's of course another one of the heroes that also in Infernal Shrines carries you a lot. I mean, I talked about him as an example whenever we were talking about this map and supports that excel here, because if you are talking about control of the objective, then Deckard Cain, Malfurion, Stukov, they all have AoE that you can set up. Deckard Cain coming in as I talk about it. They have AoE that you can set up to control these choke points that lead into the shrines or out of them. So a good route being placed there. Deckard Cain with a slow and the lockdown, or maybe even a lurking arm, go a long way if you're trying to control this. I mean, there's obviously a lot more to the supports than only that, but it's an additional tool in the kit that can really help you. Anubarak gets banned quickly. I mean, there's obviously already a whole lot of engaged potential that they have here. We got Kelvin on Maiev, we got Rexa, so that's a Misha stun that you have, that's the tethers on Maiev, you can set the cage up after level 10, Deckard Cain can come in, put his own setup there, and here comes Hogger. Yeah, Hogger quickly banned out. I mean, on this map, if anything, it's a surprise that he wasn't banned out before. So, what else? What is especially the blue team playing with? Hydra and Nenopy, those are usually two of the heroes. I mean, if anybody throws a curveball, it's going to be one of them. And there's Diablo, wall stuns galore. Are we going to get more of a follow-up? Deathwing is already in for Hydra, okay. That's already a lot of AoE, by the way. I mean, Diablo on this map, you can either, if you have any combo, you can go into... For example, if Nenopy goes into a Hanzo or whatever, then you can go Hanzo's arrow into Diablo Apocalypse. If you don't have anybody to properly set an Apocalypse up with, then on this map in particular, in Lightning Breath, is just awesome, because you control the point, you get objective stacks, and you're doing damage to the opponent at the same time. So, that's pretty solid. Tyrael coming in, and Mephisto. Okay. Reworked Tyrael. This time, well, reworked. Changed. This time probably more for real. Okay, so, party time, everybody. Let's see what else we're gonna get here. Because now, Nenopy, he's the last one, and this is the chance that they have. This is the opportunity to lock in the victory. Tracer Malfurion. We've seen it a couple of times, and we're seeing it again. It's a Tracer server, everybody. Yeah, a lot on the shoulders of Farlander right now. Can he pull it off? Can he bring the team to victory and lock in a 3-1 in this best of 5 series on the second Playday of the Masters Clash? That's the question. Gotta answer it now on Infernal Shrines. Game number 4, Soundless against Go Next, Masters Clash, Playday number 2, Hydra on Deathwing, Sir Ice Cream on Diablo, we got Nenopy on Tychus, Farlander on Tracer, and Shamzik on Malfurion. Yeah, on the right side of the map, Skynox on Deckard Cain, we got Wit on Tyrael, Starzak on Rexa, Blade on Mephisto, and Kelvin is playing Maiev. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. We have seen Tyrael already once, but of course it was more, I want to say a little bit more of a joke game. The Hardos played him with Judgment, but Tyrael has been changed, so the movement speed on the trade is a little bit quicker. You have a couple of players around cooldowns. Sanctification cooldown has been lowered a bit, so there's actually a lot of stuff happening right now with him that might bring him back into the meta. He was always one of the heroes that eventually would come back on his own, simply because he is just so impactful with the Sanctification, depending on what the current meta in the game is. Now that we're talking about talents, we also got the dash on level 1 for Tychus, going into the setup here. And by the way, this is obviously a hotfix. So Blizzard, Tyrael is the one hero that really blows me away when we're talking about Blizzard, and it really leads me to believe that Blizzard has zero quality control on their patches. I mean, it's honestly, it's embarrassing. It's just simply embarrassing. Not quite as embarrassing as losing Tracer this early in the game, but pretty harsh. So in case I didn't catch that, but Tyrael had a bug that was so obvious that it was just crazy. So when the patch got released, and keep in mind we've been waiting weeks and weeks and weeks for this patch, you could get benefits on a lot of the traits or a lot of the talents on Tyrael, and also the trait on minions. Like benefits that were only meant to hit on heroes, like cooldown reduction on a death time and other stuff, was already triggered by minions, which pretty much means that after Blizzard came in with the changes and said like, okay, this is what the new Tyrael is going to look like, or what the rework, the small rework looks like, they pretty much didn't play a single game with the hero. I mean, not one. Even if you play a fucking ARAM, you're gonna find out that there's some problem. Like, all you gotta do is you play one game, you're like, guys, something's not quite wrong here. So that is what we're getting these days as, yeah, the quality management over there. It's fucking crazy, seriously. It makes me angry. It honestly makes me angry. It's one of these things where you're just like sitting there and it's like, you guys gotta be joking. I mean, yeah, whatever. They put a hotfix patch out, so credit where credit is due. At least they fixed the problem right away. But that doesn't make it into the live version is insanity. Absolute insanity. Yeah, makes me angry. This game had such a big potential, and it's sad. Anyways, off to better things. Let's focus a little bit on our best of 5 here, because let's be honest, this one is pretty awesome. This was a lot of back and forth. I mean, it's not only the score itself, it's just like the way that all of the games played out so far that was pretty epic. And we have seen only one kill for each team right now. The stacking is starting up on Tychus a little bit, so he's gonna get us in the rhythm together. We also have the Hunter-Gatherer for Rexa and the Shielding Potion. And ooh, both cutting it a little bit close here. Valander nearly dying for this one. He really wanted the kill on Mephisto. And Mephisto is more so a mucker hero, but we have seen other people also that tried a bit more Mephisto after Marcus started to bring it into maps like Volskaya Foundry and Inferno Shrines. And now Blade is gonna try and get the damage out. Going into a Skull setup though. Now, we'll see if that's gonna be successful for him. The unyielding power on level 1, so yeah, not quite the style that you would expect to see from Maka, for example. But again, as long as the hero is able to have an impact for them, that's going to be kind of neat. And especially after level 10, if you set it up properly, there's some really sweet combos that you can actually pull off with this. But either way, there's the stacking slowly for Tychus. He's a little bit slow on this one, only 5 stacks for him so far, but another minigun trade during the fight will probably solve that quickly. The initial stacking is the most important one, and Nedopi has the dash out too. Stacking against Misha is obviously always an option. And in addition to that now, we got the Dragon Soul, we got also the Heat Wave kicking in, and they have more or less control over the shrine. So they established the position, as you can tell. And so Ice Cream is just guarding this the entire time here. And at the same time, we got Nedopi doing the damage slowly. But the blue team, eventually they have to force them to fight the fight, because they are pushing in with the level 7 as it kicks in for both of them. There it is, the kill attempt against Kelvin. He's low, he's trying to get out. So Ice Cream is looking for the kill. Hydra even flying through, but they cannot lock a kill in. But the blue team still has the lead. Right there, we got it. 19-13. And if this continues, then yeah, they're already splitting heroes off to the bot lane. So they give up the first Punisher. Team SoundLess is gonna lock the first one in. And that's a frozen Punisher too, so that bad boy kinda hurts. A few more stacks were also acquired during that little skirmish from Nenopi's side. He's now sitting on 16 for Tychus, so at least for the opening, that's not really too bad. bot lane. Yep, Starzerg is going to try and make sure that at least some of the experience get lost. Hydra is making his way over, and all the way up at the top, it's all about baiting the Punisher over the wall as usual, so that you have an easier defense as the keep, or the fort in this case, is chipping into. So yeah, stage is set, and so far Team SoundLess is doing a little bit better. They are taking a lead in structures. It's nothing crazy. Again, it's still the early game in Infernal Shrines. And it's not like Go Next has lost too much here. They lost the wall more or less. That's what you would expect. Honestly, I feel like they've been doing better than most teams, but now with Farlander also rotating down, you can see that they're trying to take the camp. And they might be able to pull it off as the rest of the team is moving in too, but the problem is they still have to deal with Kelvin. Because there's one Kazma still left, so they need to rotate the rest of the team in too. And they're zoning them already, and honestly, they nearly got a kill against oh my god. Yeah, they nearly got a kill against her. Vision has been granted. Yeah, it's kind of moonfiring that a little bit, but I doubt that they're going to get enough damage connected to drop this. And whenever you play Ethereal Composition, level 10 is such a game changer for you that this is of course something that Go Next is now waiting for too. A lot of their combos and their ideas here are hinging on the heroic abilities, which is obviously usually the case, whatever you're drafting. But for some of the compositions it's more impactful than for others, and for the red team it's absolutely crucial. That's a nice lockdown against Nanopi though, and they want that kill on Tigers. And not getting it just yet. Nanopi moving out, 31 stacks now, so yeah, he's gonna do well with the minigun in this game. If you stack well early on, then you're gonna do a pretty decent job as the game continues. But again, as it happens, we're now looking at level 10 abilities in just a moment. Deathwing is still sitting up at the top side, and they're going now for their own camp. But yep, it's all about the combos then. And Farlander, I mean, he's kneeling them down, but he couldn't get another kill in since. And for now, here's the level 10 abilities. We get the Apocalypse indeed. No Lightning Breath this time. The Sticky Bomb is in. Top of that, the Bellowing Roar. And on the other side, there's, of course, now the Durance of Hate, Warden's Cage, and the Sanctifications. There's a lot of stuff that you can set up. I mean, the old man telling stories again with a stay a while and a listen. And, yep, we'll see what he's going to do with that. Back when I was young, we didn't have the internet. Wikipedia. We had a dictionary. So, yeah. Old Geezer is going straight up for it. Oh, that would have been a wall stun. That could have been the end of Kelvin. Honestly, he's still in trouble. Durance of Hate connects. The old man boring them to death, or at least trying to. But Nano P is about to get out here. Problem is that Tracer is not really all that lucky. Farlander, oh, recall, and he actually is able to escape. Nice. That tether. I never really understood how exactly Maiev tethers a big Thor. Like, I feel like that's kind of ridiculous. Like, Tychus goes full on Gundam style, and then Maiev jumps in, tether! And just like pulls him back, and was like, are you fucking kidding? That thing weighs a few tons, so how the hell do you just pull that back? But yeah, somehow she manages. Magic. So that's a kill. Tychus is down. All that they gotta do here. And with that, we now got 2 kills to 1. They're going for the camp. Of course, the objective is up. Tychus is back to business. And now it's time to see who gets the lead, but only one team was able to take that camp. So that's a little bit of an issue. And we're getting ready for the party over here. Yeah, push comes in. It's going for Farlander again. Kelvin, careful. And that's the kill. Maiev is down. Maiev is dead, and they are already sitting at 20 stacks. And Tychus is gonna, I mean, again, they don't need it, but Tychus would have also his Odin back up in 20 seconds, and that's plenty of time. So, yeah, looking good. Need to rotate some on top side to deal with the camp, which is exactly what they're doing right now. So, good job on them. Easy peasy. But that is a solid lead into the game for the blue team. Really solid one. I mean, this is pretty much what you're trying to accomplish here. If you're looking for a victory for 3-1, then now you're just covering all the bases. You're going for the camp, you're keeping the objective at 39, just waiting it out a bit. Ooh, damage against Starzerg down here. Negative on them. But, yeah, they can start to make the plays now. And also, Farlander moving back and not getting hit by that stun, that was important. If he dies, that's a problem. Yeah, they're trying to claim this, but this is obviously not happening. Hydra's already moving in. Yeah, misses it barely, but he's getting the last hit in it. That's, of course, the objective through the mid lane. So they have 2 lanes that are getting attacked right now. They have the top lane with the camp, and they have the mid lane with this. And another reason to stall it out was that they now have level 13. And they can break through that wall. pretty quickly. So the bait of the Punisher over the wall is successful, but they're going to break through the side wall very quickly, and they can maybe even engage with a proper setup around the Apocalypse. That is still up for them. Already Deathwing is pushing this back, and yeah, they're just pushing them away from the keep, from the fort. They're creating space, and with that, the fort is down. And another jump gets procced in front of the wall. That's going to give them a little bit more value out of this. Now, they're not going to go for a keep, don't get me wrong, but any damage they can dish out against the keep wall is already fantastic. Now, the Skull Missile build gets adjusted with the Port Skull over here. Also, we got the Neo Steel coating in, and, well, with that, it's 2 kills to 2. But still, from a structural perspective, big lead for SoundLess already. 37,000 damage. I mean, look at the damage numbers comparing Tracer to Mephisto here, for example. 37,021k. Like Farlander, I said it during the draft, a lot is hinging on his shoulders, and he is performing. They go for Blade, they want the kill, but the wall is still up, and they can dive through. We got 4 to 5 down at the bottom. Numbers advantage for Team SoundLess. They need to split someone towards the top, or Rexa is going to severely damage their fort. So, yeah, that's a problem for them. But either way, party is continuing over here. So, yep, we have all of that set up. And all the way up at the top, Farlander is sitting tight here. Down to the bottom of the map. Tether could maybe even come in again on this one. No, not quite. There's the stun, and they have died for the second time now. Yeah, they are focusing it really well. I mean, Kelvin's Maiev is nothing to sneeze at, but still. This is real good reaction on the side of Team SoundLess, and the bullying of Diablo just continues. Whenever he gets the stun set up, he goes for it. Ninopi is starting to chunk it down with the minigun, and then he can go for the kill. You have Tracer also following up on the damage. So now they're even making a move for the fountain here from the side. They're doing a fantastic job on this one, and it's starting to get nasty from the perspective of Go Next, because they know that they're behind. If they lose this map, then, well, this is another loss for them in the Masters Clash. And for Team SoundLess, it would be worth a lot to lock this series in with a 3-1 here. But Go Next is going to try for that 5-mapper. And to be fair, they had a lot of moves. I mean, remember Battlefield of Eternity? One trap is all that it cost them to turn the game around. So, yes, Go Next is losing ground. But at the same time, one bad move by Team SoundLess that gets exploited, and we are looking at a very, very different game. So now with the level 16 advantage, they're going for the camp. They're stealing this one too. That of course gives us also Diablo's domination, which is just fantastic, and allows him to more or less get insta-kills set up. And they're making the play now for the bottom, trying to come in again versus Blade, and Blade is dead. Oh, Sanctification saves him. Question is just for how long. And the answer is probably not long enough. There's the Apocalypse, Diablo comes in with a stun, and Mephisto is dead. The Lord of Hatred gets hated on pretty quickly. Yeah, they are not going for the fort yet, but Dibbers, hello, he's a little bit deep. And there's the stun, nice! The old man, Deckard Cain kills Diablo. There you go, there's some lore for you. The old man, hit it with a stick, baby, talked to death. Yeah. Then Kelvin gets attacked here too, and Maiev, he's dying again. Skynox is dead. Oh my god, it started so well, and now they're losing everybody. Not even the kill. Yeah, run, run. Boom. Get wrecked, but it's a full 5-man wipe at the end of the day. Mephisto's already back. He was the first one to fall. But they are getting the damage in now. The Shrine is active and talking about Mephisto. Farlander is saying like, guys, I'm gonna hunt that guy. I'm gonna do some work here. So, yep, Farlander might want to make it out here. That didn't connect. He's dying. Tracer just died. Why? I mean, is Farlander just trolling a little bit, or what's going on? He could have moved away from this one at any point. So, I'm not quite sure what he was thinking, but that death was a little bit unnecessary. They could have instead pushed for the fort at the bottom of the map, for example. Now it's even a question of whether or not they're able to get the objective. I mean, they should be able to. They will be. But I have no idea why he just went for that suicide mission. That did nothing. I mean, he could have easily moved away. So, not quite sure what the thought process was here. But again, either way, It's 38, so one grenade is going to seal it. They're going to wait a little bit longer so that they get Tracer back up on the map. But there's the grenade, and that is that. So now they get the objective. They're getting pushed back a little bit, but of course the Punisher's now moving in. Tracer is on her way as we speak. And there's the stun already, the first one getting procced. Obviously doesn't matter anymore. Oh, yeah, there's the cleanse out, fine. Endurance of Fate connecting nicely. Nanopi is a little bit low, but Deathwing is now flying in. Tracer is nearly there, and they go for the setup. Old Man, Sanctification is saving him. Nicely done by Tyrael, good job. And the fort is still shooting. They finally take it down, and Diablo is dead. So this is not really going as smoothly for Team SoundLess as they were hoping for. And not even close. Tracer is also starting to move away from the team, but not even this wall is going to fall. So they got the fort finally, and they're still ahead. And with Farlander moving topside, they're obviously going to try and make a similar play here. But just generally speaking, I gotta say that I'm a little bit surprised on how this is shaping up here. Because some of these plays should have looked a little bit different. Or at least given them a bit more value, and none of that has been seen. So the fort goes down, and camps get taken at the same time now. Yeah, I'm probably going to make a move down here to the bottom of the map to take another one. But it's still a little bit of a strange setup. I mean, that could have been way more impactful. It feels like they're playing a bit sloppy at this point. Maybe when the team is too far ahead, they're like, yeah, we got this in the bag. After Battlefield of Eternity, they should have learned that that's not really the case. Now, damage output, we got 43,000 for Mephisto. The skull build so far is at least going to give him some numbers. Then again, wit is now down too. So when we're talking about inting, Team SoundLess is not the only team that is running it down mid lane. Nope, Tyrael is literally running it down in the same lane too. Deathwing is the only one that hasn't died yet. Tracer with the 61,000 damage is easy top damage in the game. And of course now they're looking at level 20. And with level 20, they can maybe make a little bit of a move there. So, yeah. But off we go. Now we have our little setup towards the middle with already the big red button being popped right away. They're sieging up hard on this one. With Tyrael gone, there's no reason why you wouldn't go for the keep. But then again, they lose Diablo again. 66 souls, but they get the counter kill. Yes! Rexa is dead. That was important. If they lose Diablo for the keep, I mean, again, worse things have happened, but getting the counter kill definitely makes it worth it. So yeah, nicely done. So one keep down. And technically, they could even now fall down to the bot lane and try and repeat the same process there. Because that camp is already opening this up a bit. And again, Tracer, careful, Farlander. Yeah, I was trying to go for the damage again. They are aggressive. Farlander is just sitting there saying, guys, I got this. I got this. And now the Tyrael jumped straight into this. Maybe. No, Old Man gets at least one stun in. Deathwing is helping out. But the rest is now, as I mentioned, on the way down to the bottom of the map to repeat the same play right here. And, well, here we go. They are going for it. At least a little bit. Yeah, everybody else is falling back. Mephisto is now at the top lane. Do his thing there. And at the same time, the next shrine is being announced. But it's going to be 20 versus 20. That's the good news for Team Go Next. It's 20 versus 20. And with that, the Storm Talents are going to play a role here. We got the Holy Arena, Respect the Elderly, and also Mimic for Mephisto. Okay. Yeah, it's time to shine right now. This is really the moment of truth because you're already behind in structures. I mean, again, think about how severely behind they are. There's not a single fort that has been destroyed from the blue team. They got all their forts still in play, which means that catapults are pushing every single lane, especially the mid lane now. So Team SoundLess has a massive lead here. The only thing that Go Next can do is win this fight, maybe starting it with a kill against Hydra, and then crush them. And they're trying. But they can't take Hydra. They're going for some ice cream. He Hellgates out, and here comes the Apocalypse. Apocalypse is in. Sanctification saving the day, but the fight isn't over. The kill is coming through, though, for Go Next. They take Hydra down. They stave Starzerk. They've got everyone. No, they lose Mephisto. Oh, Mephisto is dead again, and that was such an important one to keep alive here. They can't make it happen, and now, of course, they're still looking for the objective, but it seems like Skynox might fall. Diablo with a wall stun again, and they are just dropping Rexa. Maiev has now fallen to both of them 4 times that they were deleted, and Tyrael is dead as well. This is looking better and better now for the blue team. And they are going straight for the middle. They want to end the game. They want to end the game, and they want to end it right here, right now. And making the plays, a 3-1 victory, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to happen. They're locking it in. Nicely done. Team SoundLess, they're taking the best of 5 Heroes of the Storm series against Go Next on Infernal Shrines. 15 kills to 8. Nicely done. Well played. And GG as Team SoundLess locks in the W on map number 4.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.